Hello, in this video we'll learn about functions in C language. So before knowing what is a function, why to use a function, what is the syntax of function and an example of function, first let us know that C is an structured programming language. So in this video we'll learn about structured programming language, what are the advantages of structured programming language, then its function definition and its declaration signature, and about the parameters and return type of a function. So first, what is an designing structured programs? So what is meant by a structured programming? So C is known as a structured programming language, or it is also known as a modular programming. So what is meant by a structured programming language? It is a programming technique in which the larger program is subdivided into smaller programs to make the task easy to understand and improve the quality of the program, easy to implement, which reduces the time, and we can reuse the code. So what is meant by code reusability? It is a method of writing code once and using it many times. These all are things are possible in the structured programming language. So whereas C is a structured programming language, we can implement all these advantages in C programs. So as we have discussed, why C is called a structured programming language? Because it is going to solve a larger problem. C programming language divides the problem into smaller modules. These modules are called as functions or procedures, and each of which handles a particular responsibility. The program which solves the entire problem is a collection of such functions. So C is a structured programming language. This structured programming language is possible because of function. So now, what is a function? A function in C language is a block of code that performs a specific task. Is known as a function, and this function has a name and it is reusable and can be executed from as many different parts in a program as required, and it can also return a value to a calling program. All executable code resides within a function. A C program consists of one or more functions. So definitely a C program will consist of one or more functions. Without a function, we cannot write a C program. A computer program cannot handle all the tasks by itself. Definitely it will make use of the function. It requires other programs like entities called functions in C. So just we defined what is meant by a function. It is a block of code that performs a specific task. Now there are two different types of functions. They are predefined functions and user-defined functions. Predefined functions are also known as library functions. So examples of predefined functions, it is not written, the code is not written by the user. Example we have come across like printf, scanf, square root, sqrt, power function, POW, and few string handling functions like strlen, strcpy, strcat, strcmp, few more. These all are examples of predefined functions. So predefined functions or library functions means the user is not required to write the code is already defined. Just we are using the function names in the program, and their code is present in the C libraries and they can be reused with the header files. So this is all about the predefined functions. Next type is user defined functions. So it is written by the user as per the necessity, is known as a user defined function. So to create a user defined function, we have to use these functions. We have to know, in order to use these user-defined functions, we should be aware of three elements. They are function declaration, function call, and function definition. So we'll learn one by one what is meant by a function declaration. So So before using the function, we have to declare the function. Of course, it is an optional one. Function declaration is also known as a function prototype. Any function should be declared when it is used in a C program, and it has 4 parts: function return type, function name, parameter list, followed by the semicolon. So function return type, then function name, followed by the parameter list and then semicolon. So definitely a function declaration will ends with a semicolon. As variable ends with a semicolon, variable declaration ends with a semicolon. In the same way, function declaration also ends with a semicolon. So these are the few points we have to remember about function declaration. About the parameter list, it must be, if you are having more parameters, definitely more than one. If you have more than one parameter in the list, so they have to be separated with commas. And use of this parameter names is optional, and the parameter names may not be same in function declaration and function definition, but the data type and number, the number of parameters and the data type definitely should match. The return type must be void if no value is returned by the function. If the function has no parameters, then the list is written as void, or otherwise we can left it as blank. Examples: how do we declare a function? It is known as a function return type, function name, and this int a, int b are the parameters, and it is ended with a semicolon. So as it is mentioned in the points, the parameter names are optional, but data types are mandatory. And so now add is a function where we are passing 2 parameters, and it returns the result as an integer one. Definitely, if you are going to pass parameters are of integers, if you are going to add 2 integers, so definitely that function will return the result as an integer. So the return type definitely should be an integer. So the same function can be returned without the parameter names too. Just we can write, but the parameter data type should are mandatory, but parameter names are optional, and return type. So if suppose if the user don't want to pass the arguments, then we can leave it as empty, and the return type, if the function is not returning any value, it can be void. This can be written like void add and also void. Both has the same meaning, like we don't pass any parameters, and the function add will not return any value also. So next, function definition. The syntax for the function definition is as follows: return value type, function name, followed by the parameter list, and it contains the declaration statements and the executable statement. So in the function definition contains the actual code which has to be executed by the program. Next, function call. A function call can be called by simply using the function name followed by a list of actual parameters. So a function call can be called by anywhere in the program. It contains the function name followed by the parameters. For example, here a function is declared max, so it is an example to find the maximum of 2 numbers. So we are passing to this max is a function declaration. This and this max is called by the main function, and we are passing the 2 values to find the maximum of 2 numbers. So this function is called, and the function definition is executed. So we'll see an example, and that function will return the maximum value. For example, from 70 and 25, the maximum value is 70. Max returns the value 70, that is stored in B, and we are displaying the value. In this way, the function call is executed. Signature of a function. The function signatures includes the function name and the number, order, and type of its formal parameters. And the syntax is return type, function name, then parameters. It contains the declaration statement and then return value. So here we have to learn about these labels. Like return type is the type of value returned by the function, and it may be void if function is not going to return a value. And the function name should be unique, and it should not be duplicated. All the variable naming conventions are applicable for declaring valid function name. Parameters should be separated by list of types, commas, and types and names of parameters. So the comma is used to separate the list of types and names of parameters. and the parameter field is optional. If no parameter is passed, then no need to write this field. It is an example of an function definition. So here it is a function definition to add two numbers. So it is a return type, it is a function name, and this a and b are the parameters. And as we are going to add two numbers, the result is stored in C. So we are writing an expression C equal to a plus b. It is an executable statement, and really it is a declaration statement. So return C, this C is returned. This function definition returns the sum that is stored in C to the function call from where it is called. So few terms we have to learn here about the parameters and arguments. So there is no much difference. The parameters means the variables which are used in the function declaration are called as parameters, and the variables which are used in function call are called as argument. Of course, there is no much difference, and these arguments are also two types: formal arguments and actual arguments. Actual arguments are passed in function call, and formal arguments are they will be contained in function definition. Anyhow, we'll learn more about these actual parameters and formal parameters, including their differences too. So a calling function which is making a call to any function is called as a calling function. A function can be called in a main function or in any other function. So thank you for watching this video.